So, you're thinking about buying a condo in Calgary? That's fantastic. Condos can be a great way to get into the property market, offering a different lifestyle and often more affordability. But here's the first big secret I want to share with you. When you buy a condominium unit, you're not just buying the physical space you live in, you're actually buying into a corporation. Think of it like becoming a shareholder in a company. You own your specific unit, sure, but you also own a share of all the common property. The hallways, the lobby, the gym, the roof, and the land it all sits on. This shared ownership is what makes condo living unique and why understanding the company you're joining is so incredibly important for your investment. This shift in perspective from simply buying a home to investing in a share of a larger entity is crucial. Every decision the condo corporation makes, from how it spends money to the rules it sets, directly impacts your investment and your daily life. If the company is well run, with a healthy bank account and a solid plan for the future, your investment is likely to be secure and grow. However, if the corporation is poorly managed, has financial troubles, or faces legal issues, you, as a part owner, will feel the pinch. This could mean unexpected costs, a decrease in your property's value, or frustrating living conditions. That's why due diligence is non-negotiable. Understanding this corporate structure from the get-go will help you ask the right questions and look for the right information. It's not just about whether you like the countertops or the view from the balcony, although those things matter too. It's about the health and stability of the entire building or complex. You're joining a community with shared responsibilities and shared assets. Your neighbors aren't just people living next door, they're fellow investors in this shared enterprise. This makes choosing the right condo corporation just as important, if not more so, than choosing the right individual unit. It's about protecting your hard-earned money and ensuring your new home is a source of peace, not problems. Therefore, as you embark on your Calgary condo hunt, remember this core principle. You are an aspiring business partner, not just a home buyer. This mindset will guide you through the process, especially when it comes to reviewing the essential documents we'll discuss later. It will help you assess the risks and rewards more clearly. A well-managed condo corporation can offer a fantastic, low-maintenance lifestyle and a solid return on investment. A poorly managed one can become a financial drain and a constant source of stress. Let's make sure you're set up for the former by diving deep into what makes a condo a smart buy. Now that you understand you're investing in a corporation, let's talk about the most critical step in making a smart condo purchase: reviewing the condominium documents. These documents are essentially the company's report card, its business plan, and its rulebook, all rolled into one. Skipping this step, or just giving them a quick glance, is like investing your life savings into a stock without looking at the company's financials. It's a massive gamble. These papers hold the secrets to the health, stability, and overall management of the condo corporation. They tell you how it operates, its financial condition, any existing problems, and potential future issues. This isn't just red tape, it's your best defense against unforeseen surprises. Think of these documents as your crystal ball. They can reveal if the condo board is proactive or reactive, if they save for future repairs or wait until things break, and if there are any simmering disputes among owners or with outside parties. For example, meeting minutes can show you what issues are repeatedly discussed, what concerns other owners have, and how decisions are made. Financial statements will tell you if the corporation is living within its means or heading for trouble. A thorough review can be the difference between buying a dream home and inheriting a nightmare of special assessments and ongoing headaches. It's your chance to look behind the curtain before you sign on the dotted line. Why is professional help so vital here? Let's be honest, these documents can be dense, full of legal jargon and financial tables that might not make immediate sense to everyone. That's perfectly okay. This is where specialized condo document review services, or a lawyer experienced in Alberta condominium law, become your best friends. They know exactly what to look for, what the fine print really means, and how to spot those subtle red flags that an untrained eye might miss. They can translate complex information into plain English, helping you understand the true condition of the condo corporation and the potential risks involved. It's an investment in peace of mind. Ultimately, carefully reviewing these documents, ideally with professional assistance, empowers you to make an informed decision. It's not about finding a perfect condo corporation. They all have their quirks. It's about understanding the specific risks and benefits associated with a particular complex. Are the potential issues manageable for you? Are the finances strong enough to give you confidence? Knowledge is power, especially in real estate. By taking the time to understand the inner workings of your potential new company, you're not just protecting your investment, you're ensuring your future happiness and financial stability in your new Calgary condo. Don't underestimate the power of the paper trail. Buying a condo in Alberta, including our vibrant city of Calgary, means you're operating under a specific set of rules and regulations. The main one you need to be aware of is the Condominium Property Act of Alberta. This act, along with its accompanying regulations, lays out the legal framework for how condominium corporations are created, governed, and operated. It defines the rights and responsibilities of unit owners, the condo board, and developers. Understanding the basics of this act is important because it dictates many aspects of condo living, from how meetings are run, to how reserve funds are managed, and what disclosures you're entitled to as a buyer. The act essentially provides a blueprint for condo corporations. It mandates things like the creation of bylaws, the requirement for annual general meetings, and the process for electing a board of directors. These directors are typically volunteer unit owners elected by their peers to manage the day-to-day affairs of the corporation and make decisions on behalf of all owners. The Condominium Property Act also outlines requirements for financial management, including the necessity of maintaining a reserve fund to cover major repairs and replacements of common property. This legislation is there to protect owners and ensure a level of consistency and transparency in how condos are run. One key aspect the Act governs is the information you, as a prospective buyer, are entitled to receive. When you make an offer on a condo, it's typically conditional upon reviewing these important documents. The Act specifies what documents a seller or the condo corporation must provide to a potential buyer. This transparency is designed to help you make an informed decision. It ensures you have access to the critical information needed to assess the financial health and operational stability of the condo corporation before you fully commit to the purchase. It's your legal right to get this information, so don't be shy about asking for everything you're entitled to. Furthermore, the Act also provides mechanisms for dispute resolution. While everyone hopes for harmonious living, disagreements can arise in any community. The Condominium Property Act sets out processes for addressing conflicts, whether they are between owners or between owners and the condo board. Knowing that there's a legal framework in place can provide some reassurance. While it's always best to choose a well-managed condo where disputes are rare, understanding the basic legal landscape of Alberta condo ownership gives you a better foundation for your purchase and your life as a condo owner in Calgary. It's all part of being a savvy investor. Alright, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the actual documents you need to get your hands on and review. This isn't just a casual flip-through, this is serious business for a serious investment. First up are the condominium bylaws. These are the rules of the road for your specific condo complex. They cover everything from pet policies, smoking restrictions, and noise limitations, to how board elections are run and how common expenses are collected. You need to read these carefully to ensure you can live comfortably within these rules. What if you have a beloved Great Dane and the bylaws say no dogs over 20 pounds? Better to know now. Next, you absolutely need the financial statements and the annual budget. These documents show you the money. The financials will include a balance sheet, what the condo owns and owes, and an income statement, which is revenue and expenses. Look for healthy cash flow and adequate reserves. The budget outlines planned spending for the upcoming year. Are they budgeting for important maintenance or just scraping by? Also crucial are the board meeting minutes and annual general meeting, or AGM minutes for at least the past 12 to 24 months. These minutes are a goldmine of information, revealing ongoing issues, owner concerns, upcoming projects, and the general tone of how the condo is managed. Then there's the reserve fund study and plan. This is a big one. Alberta law requires condo corporations to have a qualified professional conduct a study to determine how much money should be in the reserve fund to cover future major repairs and replacements of common property. Think roof, windows, siding, boilers. The study estimates the lifespan of these components and their replacement cost. The plan shows how the corporation intends to fund these future expenses. A well-funded reserve is a sign of a healthy condo. An underfunded one is a red flag for potential special assessments down the road. This document tells you if they are planning for the future properly. Finally, look for any engineering reports, maintenance reports, or insurance certificates. Engineering reports might detail the condition of the building structure, envelope meaning walls, windows, roof, or specific systems like post-tension cables. Maintenance reports can show a history of repairs and upkeep. The insurance certificate confirms the corporation has adequate insurance for the common property, but remember, you'll still need your own insurance for your unit's contents and liability. Getting all these documents provides a comprehensive picture, allowing you and your professional reviewer to assess the overall health and viability of your potential condo investment. Don't settle for an incomplete package. Condo fees, sometimes called maintenance fees or strata fees, are a regular monthly payment every unit owner contributes. But where does all that money actually go? It's not just disappearing into thin air. These fees are really the lifeblood of the condo corporation, covering all the shared expenses of running and maintaining the entire complex. A big chunk usually goes towards common area maintenance. This includes things like cleaning hallways and lobbies, landscaping, snow removal, and maintaining amenities like a gym or pool. It also covers utilities for these common areas, such as electricity for lighting and heating or cooling shared spaces. Another significant portion of your condo fee is allocated to the reserve fund. As we discussed, this is like a mandatory savings account for future major repairs and replacements. The big-ticket items like replacing the roof, repaving the parking lot, or overhauling the elevators. A healthy contribution to the reserve fund each month is crucial to avoid sudden, large special assessments when these major projects come due. Your fees also cover management costs, whether the condo is self-managed by the board or, more commonly, hires a professional property management company. This includes administrative tasks, financial management, and coordinating repairs. The amount of your specific condo fee is typically determined by your unit factor. This is essentially your unit's share of the corporation's total expenses. Often based on the size of your unit, larger units generally pay more because they represent a larger proportion of the overall property. However, it can sometimes be based on other criteria outlined in the bylaws. The total annual budget for the corporation is approved by the owners, usually at the AGM, and then this budget is divided among the units based on their unit factors to determine the monthly fee. It's important to understand how your unit factor is calculated and to see that the overall budget is reasonable. Finally, condo fees also cover the master insurance policy for the corporation. This policy typically covers the common property elements, the exterior of the building, and liability for the corporation. It's really vital to review what this master policy covers, as you will still need your own separate condo owner's insurance policy to protect your personal belongings, any upgrades you've made to your unit, and your personal liability. Understanding the breakdown of your condo fees helps you see the value they provide and assess if the fees are appropriate for the services and amenities offered and for the long-term health of the building. Don't just look at the dollar amount, look at what it buys you. When you're reviewing those condo documents, you're not just reading. You're kind of playing detective, sleuthing for potential problems. One of the biggest red flags is a chronically low reserve fund. For example, if the reserve fund study says they should have $500,000 saved, but the bank account only shows $50,000, that's a major warning. It means that when a big repair is needed, like a new roof or boiler, the money simply won't be there. This almost always leads to the dreaded special assessment, which is an extra, often substantial, one-time bill levied on all owners to cover the shortfall. Multiple special assessments in the recent past are also a bad sign, indicating poor financial planning. Another critical area to investigate is hidden repair needs or deferred maintenance. Meeting minutes might hint at ongoing issues that haven't been fully addressed, like persistent leaks, problems with the heating system, or complaints about the building envelope. Look for mentions of monitoring a problem without a clear action plan. Sometimes, an older building might have significant upcoming repairs that aren't yet fully funded. This is where engineering reports become invaluable. If you see consistent patching of problems rather than proper fixing, that's a sign that bigger, more expensive issues could be lurking just around the corner, waiting to surprise unsuspecting new owners. Keep an eye out for mentions of post-tension cables, especially in older high-rise buildings in Calgary, typically built in the 70s and 80s. These are steel cables encased in concrete slabs that were tensioned to provide structural support. Over time, these cables can corrode or fail, especially if moisture gets in, and repairs can be incredibly expensive and disruptive. If a building has post-tension cables, you need to see recent engineering reports specifically addressing their condition and any maintenance or repair plans. This is a specialized issue, and you absolutely want expert advice if it's present. It's a potential financial time bomb if not properly managed. Finally, watch for signs of legal problems or board mismanagement. Are there lawsuits pending against the corporation, or is the corporation suing someone else, like the developer? This can be costly and time-consuming. Do the meeting minutes show a lot of infighting on the board, high board member turnover, or a lack of transparency? Are decisions made without proper consultation or due process? A dysfunctional board can lead to poor decision-making, neglected maintenance, and a decline in property values. You want to see evidence of a competent, communicative, and proactive board working in the best interests of all owners. These red flags are your cue to dig deeper or honestly, potentially walk away. In Alberta, when you make an offer to purchase a resale condo, it's standard practice to include a condition allowing you a specific period to review the condominium documents. This is often referred to as the condo document review condition. Typically, this period ranges from 7 to 10 days, though it can be negotiated. This time frame is absolutely critical. It's your window of opportunity to thoroughly examine all those important papers we've talked about, the bylaws, financials, meeting minutes, reserve fund study, and more. If you or your professional reviewer finds something concerning within these documents during this period, you usually have the option to walk away from the deal without penalty. This review period is not something to take lightly or to rush. Given the volume and complexity of the documents, trying to cram it all in at the last minute is a recipe for disaster. This is precisely why engaging a professional condo document reviewer or a lawyer specializing in condominium law is so highly recommended. They are experts at navigating these documents efficiently and effectively. They know what to look for, can identify potential red flags quickly, and can provide you with a comprehensive summary of their findings, often highlighting areas of concern and explaining their implications in plain language. Their expertise can save you from making a costly mistake. Think of the cost of a professional review as an investment in your peace of mind and financial security. It's a small price to pay compared to the potential cost of a surprise special assessment or dealing with a poorly managed building down the line. These professionals aren't emotionally invested in the specific unit you love. Their job is to give you an objective, unbiased assessment of the corporation's health. They can help you understand if the condo fees are adequate, if the reserve fund is on track, if there are any significant upcoming expenditures, or if there are any problematic rules or disputes you should be aware of. During this review period, don't hesitate to ask questions. If your reviewer points out something, or if you notice something that doesn't make sense, seek clarification from the seller's agent or the property manager, though direct contact with the manager might be limited. The goal is to go into the purchase with your eyes wide open. If major issues are uncovered, you have a few options. You might decide the risks are too high and choose not to proceed, or you might try to renegotiate the price, or you might proceed with full awareness of the potential challenges. But without this dedicated review period and often professional help, you're really flying blind. The landscape of condominium living in Alberta is not static. It evolves as the government updates legislation to better protect owners and improve how condo corporations function. In recent years, Alberta has seen several changes and proposed amendments to the Condominium Property Act and its regulations. These updates often aim to enhance transparency, improve governance, and provide more clarity on various aspects of condo ownership and management. For you as a buyer, being aware that these regulations can change is important, as it means the rules governing your potential new home today might be further refined or added to in the future. This makes ongoing awareness key. Some recent changes have focused on areas like reserve fund study requirements, aiming for more detailed and standardized reporting to ensure corporations are adequately planning for future repairs. There has also been an emphasis on board member education and training, recognizing that volunteer board members often need support to effectively manage what can be complex, multi-million-dollar operations. Other updates might touch upon dispute resolution processes, making it easier or clearer for owners to resolve conflicts with their corporation, or rules around insurance requirements and document disclosure to prospective buyers, further empowering you with information. For example, there might be new rules about how often reserve fund studies need to be updated, the qualifications of those who can perform them, or the specific information that must be included. There could also be changes to how AGMs are conducted, voting procedures, or the kind of information that corporations must make available to owners and potential buyers on an ongoing basis. While your professional document reviewer or lawyer will be up to date on the current legislation at the time of your purchase, it's good for you to know that the province is actively working to improve the condo sector. This can be a positive thing, leading to better-run buildings overall. What this means for you as a buyer is that the framework protecting your investment is continually being assessed and hopefully strengthened. When reviewing documents, your professional advisor will interpret them in light of the most current legislation. For instance, if new rules mandate more detailed financial disclosures, they will check if the condo is compliant. Staying informed about these changes, even after you buy, can be beneficial. Your condo board should also be keeping up with these legislative updates. A proactive board will adapt to new rules quickly, ensuring the corporation remains compliant and well-governed, which ultimately benefits all owners, including you. We've covered a lot of ground and hopefully, you're feeling more empowered to tackle the Calgary condo market. To wrap things up, let's go over a few final practical tips to help you make a confident and smart investment. First and foremost, pay very close attention to the bylaws and rules. These govern your day-to-day life in the condo. Are there pet restrictions? Can you barbecue on your balcony? What are the rules for using common amenities? Are there any restrictions on renovations you might want to do? Make sure these align with your lifestyle because once you buy, you're agreeing to live by them. Ignoring this can lead to a lot of frustration. If you're considering the condo as an investment property and plan to rent it out, thoroughly check the bylaws for any rental restrictions. Some corporations have strict rules about rentals, such as limiting the number of units that can be rented, specifying minimum lease terms, or even requiring board approval for tenants. There might also be move-in or move-out fees or procedures that affect tenants. Understanding these rules up front is crucial if rental income is part of your plan. Don't assume you can just rent it out. Verify the specific policies of that particular condo corporation before you commit. Never hesitate to talk to professionals. We've emphasized the importance of a condo document reviewer or a lawyer, but also consider your real estate agent's experience with condos. A good agent who understands the local condo market can provide valuable insights. If the document review uncovers potential issues with the building's structure or major systems, you might even consider consulting an engineer or a relevant tradesperson for an opinion, though this would typically be an extra step for very specific, significant concerns. The more expert advice you get, the clearer your picture becomes and the better your decisions will be. Finally, if you have any serious concerns or if something feels off after reviewing the documents, get legal help from a lawyer specializing in Alberta condominium law. They can clarify complex legal issues, explain your rights and obligations, and help you understand the potential ramifications of any problems identified. It's always better to invest a little in legal advice up front than to face much larger legal bills or losses later. Careful research, due diligence, and seeking expert guidance are the keys. They ensure your Calgary condo purchase is a smart investment that leads to enjoyment and financial growth, not unexpected headaches and costly surprises. Good luck.